Hi guys, good evening. Today this is the first episode where we are in holiday mode. So behind me you won't be seeing any chroma keyed background. So I'm not going to be having my microphone and all these fancy stuff we used to have in other episodes. But regardless, the episodes are going to be streamed every Monday, as always. So we're gonna continue and working out our skills in 3D. So today we're going to continue our morph texturing as we did last Monday. I had some very nice questions answered. For example, I had, let's say, wait, let me get to the Amiga there. There was something I missed in True Brilliance. I forgot to mention. So here you have some buttons here. For example, if you want to say do a connected drawing, for example this one, okay, this is clear. If you press once more the button, it has several modes. So some buttons have several modes. For example, this is draw without being continuous. If you press once more, then you have continuous. If you press once more, then you have an area that is being filled when you draw. Also, there are some other functions when you press the right mouse button. For example, for this particular icon does not have this. However, here, when we used to work with the gradients and ranges, if you press right mouse button, then you can go in on the sub menu. So left mouse button is for activating. Oh, it doesn't want to activate right now. Anyway, but right mouse button activate shows the sub menu. For example, here on the pen tips, okay, you press right mouse button to have this sub menu, and to close that you press here your left mouse button. For the same goes for the brushes. So if you want to select a brush on your work, you do it like that as usual. Pressing, hold on, pressing this one, okay, it nullifies that. If you press once more, then you have the curve brush. So you select an area of your choice without it having to be a rectangle, as on the previous, as on the default choice. However, this button has also it also has a right mouse button function. So here you can load and save your brushes, and you can also put them on a special clipboard that Brilliance has. So let's say I have done this one, then I have done this one, and then I have I just want this one as a brush, and I put it here as well. So you can actually change between 8 brushes. So if I press oh, sorry, oops, sorry, no. Anyway, if I press this, no, wait, how does it work? Yeah, you can exchange them. So the active one is this one now. Okay, if I press here, I exchange it with the other one. So you can have 8 plus 1, 9 brushes at the same time on your during your work. So this is something I missed on the last one. So for example, here as well, you can activate cycle, but right mouse button activates a whole submenu of this. So you can have all those all sorts of tools to play with and see what these do, and etc. For example, smear. This does, you know, fancy stuff like this one. So yeah, that's about it. So I hope that will be more clearer when you're doing your transparency maps. And hold on, let me see if I think I forgot again to, oh no, I great. Now you have it. Anyway, let's see if the chat is online. Just a minute. So, anyone here on the chat? You can say hello. Hi Volcaro, hi Amiga Ireland, hi 74 Space, and let me say hi to Great. So I think you are. That's amazing, because last week I had some problems with the color on the chat sub window here, but now it's everything's right. Great. So part 2. Have you guys watched part 1, by the way? Is anyone is there anyone that hasn't done part 1? Okay, so Walker, you did that. You went through that, correct? Amazing. So we continue. We go on with our wormholes. So first, I can show you some work I did on the jump gate that the patrons received on their package for the week. So I had noticed some where is the jump gate? Yeah, yes. So usually Babylon 5 has an in jump gate where it's kind of orange color when it receives the spaceships, and then it has a blue one when the spaceships go outside from subspace to the normal. So this is the in jump gate, and then this is the out jump gate. Okay, so you may notice now that on the outer rims there is some kind of transition. I mean, the texture goes a bit faster. It looks like as if the jump gate has lips, you know. So this can be done. I can show you right now, which is the intro to our wormhole. Okay, so we fire up Lightwave as usual. We go and select our there. Reload our scene. No, not this one. Episode 9, because it's a continuation from the last episode. So let's say I have my in jump gate. So this is my rendition of an enhanced jump gate compared to the other one we had. So I will show you. This is, there's a transition here. Okay, so you saw on the video as well, and it also shows here on the wireframe. It can also be even more visible when you look the jump gate from above. So here you have, I've opened it a bit, okay, so that then you can define another texture that will be more more transparent and faster. You know, if you want to go along with the Babylon 5 norm, if I may say. So how do we do that? Let's go to modular and load our old jump gate object. And my jump gate, let's see, I think it was this one. No, let's load the jump gate, the normal one, the one from the internet. So vortex rim, no, not that one. We will load the one we were working on with. So here we have the normal object, and on another layer, pressing 2L for load, I can load the morphed one. Let's say jump gate. My jump gate morph 3, I think. Yes, that was the latest. Yes. So layer 1, I have my normal one, my normal cylinder. I used to work with in the beginning. And on layer 2, I have my jump gate as it should transform. Okay, together with the vortex mesh and my coney form, if I may say. So what I want to do now, I want to define a lip in my, so this is basic object modification. So I'm not going to add polygons. I just want to edit the polygons that already exist. So how do where do I go? I go to the modify tab, okay, and then I choose I think it was pole 2. So you can also, let's say, you can experiment at home. Say what I used to do if I because these tools are so many and they have so many sub functions and all these things. So what I usually do, I say I make a disk here, freeform, say there, and press N for numeric, and I tell it, okay, 32, let's say 32 again, and just leave the rest as they are. Make a cone, a cylinder, you know, create a cylinder, and then I go to modify, and I edit the hell out of the object. So for example, let's say pole 1, I define an area with my left mouse button, let's say middle here, and an area here, there, and then tell it, just let me, there, yes, there, and with my right mouse button I activate the tool, and okay, now I know what it does. See? So this is my pole 1. Okay, so pole 1, nice. So how I dragged my mouse plays also a role in some tools. So if I do if I undo again, with my coordinates here at the center, so once more I want to see something. So this, there is only one factor on the bottom left corner, you see only one factor. So this tool has a monodimensional handle, if I may say. So what I do now with my mouse, it's not visible when I hold my right mouse button, but when I hold it, you know, it disappears. But what I do now is I move my mouse to the right or to the left. So if I want a fat cylinder or a thin cylinder, you know, a thinner cylinder, see, I do that. There's also a numeric tab where we can experiment with that stuff. Here I have certain constraints. I can tell it, okay, I want you to do that only on my x-axis, for example. So now you see this is not uniform. This is, I have thinned it even more on my x-axis, but the z-axis is not thinned. See? So yeah, it's like an hourglass. So undo. Oh wait. Yeah, correct. This is correct. The important thing to see here is that the deformation follows the form of the object. Okay. Now pole 2 is a more free is a more free tool. This can be compared to size and stretch. So what does size do? Size does this. It changes the scale of the object on all dimensions, while stretch can change the object, but only on 2 dimensions, but they are independent from one another. So here or here, for example. Okay, so we can do more free, you know, independent dimension manipulation, for dimensional manipulation, if I may say. So this is how you can experiment with various tools at home. You're at home obviously now, but yeah. Anyway, so back to our task. We have what we have our jump gate. What we want is we want to transform the end of the transform jump gate here, and we do that sorry. I just saw Amiga Ireland asks, I think, can we increase the number of undo levels? Yeah, of course. What we can do is, hold on, we press O for options, and then the undo levels is on the last field here, and the maximum you can have is 15 undo levels. Please note that if you, this works like, you know, if you guys have watched Back to the Future, right? I mean, if you say have 5 steps you have worked on, and then you press twice undo, and then you correct something there, then everything after that, the old timeline disappears. So have this in mind. So yes, so we go back to our transformed cone here, and we will be selecting pole 2 or maybe pole 1. Let's experiment a bit. So I defined an area with my left mouse button. So what I am aiming for is I want my aim point, the aim point of the tool to be in the center, since my the geometry here is also centered on the X and Y axis. So I want the X and Y axis to be centered, and I continue with left mouse button here. I define a 3-dimensional I'll show you why I do that now. There, unzooming, and I press the left mouse button here and drag my middle point there. So now I have a quite uniform area for my tool. Okay, and I will be leaving this here. So let's go ahead. Oops, sorry. Yeah, just leave it there. And then let's go ahead and start dragging with my right mouse button there. Yes. So this is how my funnel gets, it receives a lip, if I may say so. Now it all depends what I want to do. What I can do now is I can define and say, okay, this, oh wait, these guys here are going to be having another surface now, because I want to have my initial texture running through the funnel, but I want to add some more, a texture more. So how am I going to do that? I am going to be, say, manipulating the funnel's transparency map, and I'm going to be connecting these two together. So say, if I want to do you there, I press Q for what's the name, defining a surface. Then I select the name, and I have to say, edit it. Let's say, okay, this will be called jump gate rim or edge or whatever. Okay, there. So this will be the rim, and let's save first and say my jump gate experiment. Let's just hope we won't be creating a black hole in our solar system. And then we go to layout and see what we've done. So let's see here, let's clear everything. And I want to load my object, webcast, my jump gate experiment. My jump gate experiment, I want to see how the camera looks at it. And my camera again. Whoa. I don't want to jump yet. There. Let's see some perspective here. There. See what it looks like. So now I have my new polygons that need to be, the newly defined polygons that need to be redefined as a surface. So how do we do that? First of all, I want to keep the initial surface on the new polygons as well. So I want to take the jump gate material and save it. Let's save AAA and go to jump gate rim and load the surface I just saved from the jump gate and see what I've done. So now it seems that there's a continuation here. Okay. But I want some more. What I want is I want to have another. Let's see how we are going to be doing that. Let's see. Yes, I want to have another texture that is going to be running there. So I am going to be saying jump gate trim here, add new texture, new fractal. Wait a minute, let me use this one. Jump gate trim. I have this jump gate trans map here that is not that. Yeah, it is. Why not? It might work just fine. And then I add a new texture, fractal map, fractal noise, sorry, and I am copying all the like sizes and all these things from the first layer to the second. So 50, 50, 200, 3 here. So let's say 50, 50, 50, 200, 3, 1, yes. Now the colors 68, 188, 255. Next texture. Oops, 68, 188, 255. 68, 188, 255. 68, 188, 255. See, we're the same. Let me pause. I have to take care of something right now. BRB. Back. Okay, and so what we are doing now is we're doing texture layering. Okay, we are, say our base color is, let me show you. So our base color is this, 0, 45, 76. Then my first layer is going to be a fractal noise with this as a color. Okay, 68, 188, 255. And then next texture, which will be over that, is going to be another one. Okay. Now, if I keep the same specifications, the same settings, it will step on top of the other one. It will be like a clone, and it may show nothing new. So let me just check that if that is the case. So yeah, there are some transitions here. See, this is our transparency map, but we will fix that later. So I can see here that what I can see here. Size 50, 50, 200, 50, 50, 200. Previous texture. Velocity -15. Next texture, velocity 0. So this will be different from frame 2 and so on. The first texture is going to be running. It's going to be being animated, you know, moved throughout the animation, but the other is not going to do that. So we have to change this to, let's say, -20. Okay, so now layer number 2 is going to be running faster than layer number 1. The number 1 has -15, number 2 has -20. So we're going to be having a rather interesting effect. Let's see here. There. And another effect we are going to be experiencing is that the texture, since we transformed since we drew the lip of the jump gate a bit, we dragged it, and the texture itself is going to be dragged as well. So it's going to be an even more interesting funneling effect, you know, in the edge of the event horizon of our jump gate. Any questions so far? No questions. Okay, so we go on. So let's see how this is going to be. This is going to look like in an animation. So I will. What I usually do is I lower the resolution so that I will have a fast rendering times, low rendering times, and then I do an automatic rendering by, okay, let's say from 1 to 30. I don't save anything, and I just see how it will be running, you know. So I keep my render output, and then if it's going to be visible at all, but anyway, sometimes it's not, you know, what's the name, the refresh rate is too slow. Oh yeah, I forgot something. So yeah, there's no transformation yet, so I need a base object, so my jump kit, and my jump kit is going to be having a target. So what did I just do here? So I forgot to transform. I forgot to have the funneling effect. So let's remedy that. My jump kit is my base object. It will be having my jump kit experiment as a target, and will be metamorphing 100%. And my jump kit experiment is going to be dissolving 100%. So I'm going to be having this. So now I have a funneling effect, as you can see. So yes. See? Okay. I can do some enhancements here. I can say I can have a glow effect when I, you know, jump gate trim and jump gate, if I can, you know, I press the glow, and I can have some fancy glow effects here. So it will be like that. Yeah. I can fix my, yeah, let's fix my let me see here. Let's fix our transparency map, because what I see here, I see some oh no, actually it got fixed. Yeah, exactly. It got somewhat fixed because I had my what's the name of it? Yeah, I didn't do the transformation, so I was looking at another object. What I can do is I can define a new range. I can make, say, let's do something fancy. Let's define some more transparencies throughout the transparency cone. So let's True Brilliance and load this thing. 3D webcast episode 9, which is episode 20 today, but anyway, vortex surface BRS. So this is my transparency map for the vortex. Hold on, why is it so? Yeah. Because it has something more here. Yeah. Oops, this should be black, and we are going to correct that. So I press once, twice here. I select black, and I fix that. Okay, I press save as 24-bit. Save. And what I can do, I can create there my own. So there. Let's make some more transparencies throughout the whole gate. So I want, since I defined my the lip of the funnel, I want the lip of the funnel to be a more, say, transparent. So, by the way, with space you can show and hide the menu, so you have more working spaces available here. Right mouse button on the ranges, the gradient, and we define our range. So say it will be one color there. I go through the colors with the brackets back and forth. The same. This works the same as in Deluxe Paint. So you won't be in foreign waters here. So yeah. And now I want this white to say, hold on a minute. There. Let's say start there. Not be white from here, but you know, leave a bit more space. So I have my rectangle, my filled rectangle active, and I want to activate cycle. So I press with my left mouse button first. I see there's the dither one. The dither one mode is on, so it's not going to be any. Hold on a minute there. Anyway, and then I press linear. Yes. So you see what's going on. Anyway, I want to go back. There. And then I go in. Okay, this works. Undo, escape. And from here I choose the end of the image, go as long in as I want. Okay, there. Then I have my guide here to show brilliance towards where I'm going to be having this range. Okay, say this here, which is kind of what I wanted. Undo, because there's something, I mean the random is pressed, yeah, so no random here. I don't want any randomness. Let's see it again. Undo. Let's see what it. I can spread it actually. 31 colors. Do. Let's see there. I'm playing with the dither. There. Yes. So Lightwave is going to be doing is going to be doing some more dithering by itself, but I want to have this here. So there, and I went a bit in, see what I did there. So this is my, or I can go even more in. Oh, oops, sorry, I missed it. There. Okay. And let's say I want to have some intermittent transparencies on my ring, you know, play around a bit. So what I want to do is I want to add some more colors here. So from white to gray again, but on the other side. And I'll show you what I mean. And yes, this one. Oops, there. And that is all. So I'm doing this one. And then I go here and do, say this. Same idea. Undo. I want to flip that. No, wait. Let me see. Undo. I did a mistake. I wanted to have the white encompassing the black, so I just do it correctly here. So white, black, then black, and here. Yes, now it is correct. And then I go here and do my here. I'm going to do some more. See? And let's save that and see. Now I'm saving like an I'm saving as an image because there is a defined page here that will be saving only this part. So if I have a full image and I wanted to save just this part, I would do a brush and then save brush. So save vortex surf 2, okay, and then go back to my to Lightwave and replace that. No, wait a minute. No, wait. Let's add this one. Load image. Load image and go to web. What did I do? Not Eon. Images, vortex surf 2. So now you see there are some fancy intermittent things now. So the comparison through both of the so you can see the change. Let me see now. Okay. So let's go to JumpGate and change that and tell it, okay, I want your transparency map to be this one. instead and see what's going on. Wow. See? So these are the fancy stuff I was talking about. So this is how you can manipulate the transparency maps. You can actually you have to plan, say, okay, I want it to be, you know, transparent there, I want it to be solid there, and so on. So now let's go on and do make our wormhole. We keep this one. We keep this object because this is the one we are going to be working on. We are going to be saving it with another name. Let's say a jump gate black hole, like jump jump gate, because I have my jump gate. No, let's say my jump gate wormhole. There. Okay. So, and press OK. There. And see what is, yeah, this is our first object. This is our second object. So now we're going to be using modify pole 1 there. There, I'm going just a bit unzoom. There. Hi, Anthony, by the way. I just saw you're here. Oops, sorry. There. Going a bit over there, and let's say I want it to affect not the whole object, but go here. There. And 0, 0. Let's go to the numeric and see my center. My center here, x and y is 0. This is my point of this is my axis of interest right now. And as it is here, I press right mouse button and see what, whoa, there, not much here. Then I take my area of interest here, I press left mouse button and move towards here so that it will affect on even. Oh, no, here. Wow, yes, something like that, but anyway, no. Zero, zero. What have I done? See? So starting to form this one. So this is based on our jump gate. An even better approach is when you create a whole new object. To do that, for example, let me show you the example I had prepared. So here I have a cylinder with a lot of segments, and hold on a bit. This one is vortexed, so I will be using this as a template here. Oh, sorry, there. So let's make a new one. Okay. Let's make another one. This will be like here. There. We can do freeform since we will be wanting to show a natural phenomenon, so it will be it's going to be a bit more random, for example. And now let's see now the numeric requester. I have the segments here. Let's see 32 by 64 and see how it's going to be. Quite nice. Wait a minute. Yeah. No, it's correct. This is correct. 32 by 64, and the rest it can be random. You can choose to have an better, more symmetric result. So, as I said on episode 9. Before creating your cylinder, you change to triangles here, data options and triangles. So you press O, change this one and OK, and then you create your cylinder because you want it to be you want it to be done in triangles. Okay, so after that, you save your object. This will be your base object, black hole version 2 for me. Anyway, black hole. No, not black hole, wormhole. Wormhole. Yes. Okay. Let us check if it is solid or not. Yeah, you can delete these guys here. Delete, correct, and you press F for flipping. You want these guys here to be visible. And press save S again for saving. This will be your base object. Hold on a minute. Let me do the I keep forgetting stuff. I'm in holiday mode, sorry. So press Q and define a surface, wormhole. We don't care about the color yet. Okay, so this is our wormhole base object, and now we will be manipulating these base object for doing our metamorphosis target. So how we do that? We save once more as wormhole morph. Okay, so now it's safe to start manipulating this guy here. So modify vortex. Let's unzoom a bit and select a very wide area here with the center away from our object on 0. Again, let me unzoom and see what's going on here. Yes, so you want that somewhere around here. There. Okay. The same goes for this dimension here. Okay. Yes, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Great. You don't want this center to be on your object because that is the center of the vortex tool stays as it is while all the sides get rotated. So let's see now. You center here with G, as I said. And now with all axes defined, you press right mouse button. And let's say we rotate to 400 degrees. On the bottom left, you see how many degrees have gone. Yes, I think that is adequate. So space for releasing our tool. Yeah, and now you see I have a nice funnel effect. I save this one. I'm saving this one again as wormhole morph. Okay. And now we're getting to the interesting thing. Modify pole 2 this time, and start by defining an area here and moving it just there. Do a bit here. Again, center that. If you are having trouble with, with the mouse hopping around, you press N, and you can actually say, okay, 0, 0, these two, because you have an X and Y here. So these two dimensions are your center. You want it to be 0. Apply there. And now we're going to be doing some free form there. So now pole 2 gives us the freedom to asymmetrically edit 2 dimensions. So you see here, you see on the bottom right, I keep holding my right mouse button. So you see down on the left, if I move my mouse to the right, I have my or left, I have my x-axis that is doing that is is being changed. So if I go up or down, or front or back, I have my y-axis. So let's say, okay, I keep it there, and it's done. And for some more manipulating, a bit more manipulation here, I go here, I move my the center point of my tool and repeat. Now nothing happens, I don't know why. Anyway, I press undo. Let's unzoom. Maybe my area is not too large here. 0, 0. Let's have a bit more. Yes, there. Yeah. So I just go for a 38. Okay, 35 by 35. Okay, 30, 30. Now, there. Oh, that's a great wormhole. It's a very nice wormhole. Okay. So I'm saving that. Wormhole morph. Okay. So let's go to layout, clear everything, and load object, wormhole first, and load object again, wormhole the morphed part. The morph part is going to be dissolved. I don't want it to be visible, but the wormhole is going to have a target, the morph, and I metamorphose it out on 100%. So this is what I get. Just let me rotate it a bit. See, wow, nice. Yes, so let's move my camera here. There. Okay. So now the secret to all this is the transparency map. And the transparency map has to be modeled according to the base object. For example, the base object is like is this. Okay, so this is my sorry, oops. I see there are some discrepancies here. Let me see what's going on. Info wormhole, yes. And my black hole. Oh no, why? So maybe let me see here, load wormhole. What's it called? Ah, that's why. So let's name that wormhole and export to wormhole. Yes. And correct. Yes. And save all objects. Save all objects. Because I have a new surface, I export it to Lightwave. So export is exporting to layout from modeler is not a save, so I have to save. So now I have a now I have a nice surface I can work with. I'm putting luminosity on 100%, so this is my result. Let me get the camera more closer. I'm getting the camera closer. So this is it. So this is the base object. It looks ugly, but it's okay. It's not going to be. It's going to be right. So now I can use actually the I have a black hole transmap here, and that I can be using. Just let me see if this is the one I want to use. Yes, so on planar image map X, because yes, I have painted it like that, and then I automatic sizing. I don't want it with repeat. Yeah, and nothing. Yeah, because I haven't. Yes. No. So negative. Ah, that's exactly what I want. Now this is my this is how I can see if my transparency map takes advantage of the object. Okay. So if I transform that object metamorph, see how it's going to be. So this is how it's going to look like. Let me go back a bit. There. See? But we're not done yet. We're just beginning. So let's see. Oh, by the way, any questions so far? Did I go on too quickly, maybe? Okay, so anyway, the last part now is defining your defining a the funneling textures, let's say. So let's begin with, I have this, let's put it on black. So the base color of my wormhole is going to be black, and then I start playing with the colors in fractal noise, say. So since my object was modeled with the z-axis as its depth, so let's say the z-axis will be 10, and I am choosing a color, say green, you know, just for the fun of it. No funneling effect. Why, I wonder. Let me think. Let me see my there. Okay. There is a funneling effect, but it's very, very slight. So I can go back to modeler and let me clear everything and import my morphed wormhole here. So maybe that wasn't vortexed enough. So I will choose now the vortex here, one I'm interested in. There and there. There, correct. And start when I have defined my undo. That was the other. There. I think now it's more now it's more dramatic. So let me save this one as wormhole morph 2, because maybe I've made a mistake and I don't want it to ruin that. So layout again, objects, wormhole morph, replace wormhole morph 2. Yeah. So let's see how that fares. Oh, nice. Haha, that's good. That's some helix effect. But yeah, you can we can fix that in the beginning when we make the object. So let's fix that now. Cannot undo, I guess. Let's re-import. No, let's load morph 1 and apply the vortex to the whole object. There, 0, 0, and this here, and around here. No, actually the other way around. There. Undo. Numeric has kept my value, so let's do that 180 degrees. There. So let's try again. Morph 2, overwrite this one. There. Layout. Morph 2, replace morph 2 with morph 2 again. There, and see if I. Oh, great. Why? Yeah, that's why. Yeah. There again. 0, 0, 0, luminosity on full, diffuse on 0, and go to, wait a minute, remove, I want my transparency map again, planar image map, since this one is on vertical. I press Y, automatic sizing. See what's going on. Why? What happened? Let's see, 0%. Camera. Why, what's going on? Let's, so if this is a nice example, if I get lost somewhere, you know, if a texture ruins everything. So the texture opacity can save us valuable time from troubleshooting. So I put it on 24%. What's going on? No, yeah, I have surface color 0. Everything is fine, but you know, it's black on black. So yeah, correct. So negative image, yes, and transformed. Whoop. This is my transformed. Wow. Interesting. And let's see how that looks with a fractal noise. Fractal noise, say I want it to be blue, and size going to be 10. Velocity, yeah, we can mess with velocity later. So now it starts to having a cool. Okay, now let me show you. Hold on, yes. Yeah, it starts. Maybe it needed just a bit more of vortexing, you know. Yeah, it needed a lot of more vortexing. Just a bit more. What did I do now? Went to vortex, numeric apply again because it has saved my settings. Export to wormhole morph, and yeah, it over. There again. Yeah, that's I think I know why that happened. Yes, fractal noise, and let's do some examples here. Wow, that was unintentional, you know. Interesting. There. Ah, yes. That's why. Automatic sizing. I miss that all the time. Yeah. Okay. So the example for today, sometimes I just is this one. Ah, come on. Just let me. Hi, Twisted. So this is the one I was going to, I wanted to show you. So let's go through how this was done, how I did it. Going to modeler, everything, import. So stage one, this is the base object, which has a lot of triangles actually. So first I did this one, okay, and on the second layer I can load a black hole stage. Wait a minute, it's stage 3. So this is the stage 3, stage 2 actually, but anyway. There it is. Oh, hold on. Let's see. Yes. So this is how it looks. So this was done by using the pole 2 tool, you know, and then the vortex, pole 2, vortex, pole 2, and you come across something like this, okay? And then your surfaces will be like, I had the smoothing on, and I had the base color is black, and then you have a layer of the funnel with this color, and then you know you do some let's say some gradients so that it will look like a wormhole, you know, the concept of a wormhole. These objects are animated actually at different velocities, and 0.066, okay, and the transparency map is this one, as I showed you, okay. I have chosen the z-axis, and then I have the cylindrical image map. So this is a bit different than the other jump gate we were doing. We had the planary image map, okay. So yeah, and then I have another texture that is fractal noise, that is also doing transparency, and so the result is this little guy here. Okay, and now here I have added some light, some lens flares that they are dim, you know, just to show that there's more, that there is I don't know, it's brighter because, you know, light travels, I mean matter travels more there, and you know. So the transparency map is also responsible for letting the, you know, eventual stars to be shown from on your background. So that's the principle actually. It takes just some experimenting to do. Another thing, yeah, here the edge threshold. I think the edge threshold is also key to this. The edge transparency. So here we have an object with the edge transparency on normal. So this is our this is the wormhole as it should be, like you know, just like our jump gate before. But we can choose the edge transparency to be transparent instead of normal, which has the effect of, you know, letting the background to be visible and having like a water-like effect, or transparency to be shown more. Okay, so what would happen if I chose my this jump kit here? Okay, so what would happen if I pressed transparent? Hold on. Transparent to both, because I have two objects here. It will be like that. Okay. So this is also, the edge transparency is also of critical points, because yes. Hold on. Jump gate rim, jump gate in there. So as you can see, it doesn't blend in if you have opaque. But normal is just fine, and then transparent is even more transparent. We're going to go through these three modes later. Okay, are there any questions now? Oh, thanks, Twisted, and see you around. Bye bye. Okay, Anthony, that's a good one. Actually, it's the points. They have to have the same point number, not the polygon. So let's do a let's make an experiment. Let's clear this and say, okay, modular, I want, let's say I have a box. Okay, oops, sorry, undo. Yeah, anyway, quadrangles. I have this box. Okay, so I tell it I want this one. No, wait. I am going to keep the same number of faces, but I'm going to be adding a point here. So point, add point, revise, and put a point here. Okay, so now see this little point here. So now my polygon count is the same, you know, 6, but my point, hold on, what? Yeah, is 9. Okay, by the way, I forgot to, hold on, just let me do stuff correctly. I am going to save the first object and then save the second one. This one is a hold on, copy, undo. There. So let's save that one first to RAM. AAA, for example. Very interesting name. And then I have this guy here. No, wait. Let's choose Let me do that here in 3D. I have these two guys here, and I want to have another one more point, add point, and here. Okay, so I have, so let me see my stat here. I have 6 polygons, the same as before, but I have 9 points. Okay, so I'm saving that as AAA morph and see what happens. Load RAM a load object a morph. The morph I don't want to see, and now on my base object I am choosing a target, and now I get the same. You see, the morph target must have the same number of points. Okay, bye bye. So let's do the opposite now. Let's remove, cannot undo. Okay, thank you. Hold on, this has to go here. IA here, load this one, yes. This one, yes. Remove point. Ah, screw. Remove point, and this point is gone now because, yeah, I have removed it from the object, and now I am going to, let's say, I want, yeah, I'm going to triple one of the surfaces here. So let's do that. Okay, so now you have 7 edges, 7 faces, and 8 polygons. I think it won't, I'm pretty sure it won't say nothing now. So let's save this one as morph. There, saved, yes. Let's see what happens. So a morph, replace that with a new morph, and see if it's going to complain. No, it won't. So hold on, wait. Oh no, I haven't. A morph. Okay, so we have 100%. AAA has 8 and 6. AA morph has 8 and 7. And it doesn't complain. So it's the points only that it wants to be the same amount of. Okay. So there. Hold on. Let us do some like drastic stuff. I want to this one, and there. I want to drag this one towards there, and maybe no. Undo. There. There. Save as a morph. Yes. Now we're gonna get some non-planar polygons, but who cares? I just want to see if it's going to be. Oops, sorry. No, this shouldn't. There. Did you morph it? Yeah, I did. Yeah, there. However, because this is not directly a mistake, but it's going to be rendered incorrectly, because now we have some non-planar. Wait, we have a non-planar target polygon. There, let's see. Oh, it renders fine. yeah, maybe it won't look correct, but anyway, yeah, the thing is that primarily the points are to be the same number, the same amount of points. Okay, all clear. Thank you, Jarla, Amiga Ireland, Amiga Jarla, yeah. Okay, so that's about it for now. I'm gonna play back the animation again for the wormhole, which is located somewhere here inside. There, I think it was this one. Yeah, this one. Actually, that's not my favorite, because this has a bit. Anyway, yeah, I was experimenting with the. So this one. Okay, so you can see that when the funnel starts to go to become a cylinder, there's not enough vortexing, if I may say. But it takes a lot of experimenting with the vortexes, the vortices, and how you model the object after you've made the base mesh. Okay. Oh, thanks. Thank you. So I hope you guys are going to make your own wormholes now. The forum will be having a new thread for you to upload your animations or static images. If you don't, if they since there is not enough space on the server, and your creations are more than, your images are more than, say, 300 kilobytes or something, so you can always, I post my GIFs on Giphy, and then I paste the link in line, so it works pretty fine. So if you want, you can do that as well. Okay, so any more questions before we close? Yes, shoot. Scala, as you know, I've been doing research since '96, when I got my 060 and and memory. Scala has a nice, and it has an imlab that can save and that can compile images to animations, and it uses anim 8, I think. So it's the one of the newest, one of the most recent formats for the Amiga, before anything went down. Scala has the ability to play back sounds asynchronously, regardless the size. For example, when the intro and outro, say the intro and outro sequences, so they have I can show you the sizes here, and I'm pretty astonished that Scala can play them back together with the animation from the disk or from memory. It has some very smart algorithms that it compensates for everything. So Let me see where I have these things now. They must be on animes. Yes, here. Webcast. So I play back two samples at the same time. Each is 1.3 megabytes, so it's 2.6 plus the fact that the animation gets loaded, and actually it's a lot of animations. So I haven't found any other package on the Amiga that does that, and so it's very powerful. You know, it's almost as if I was doing non-linear editing, but actually it is linear editing. But yeah, so maybe we may be doing one or a couple of episodes for, you know, when I'm going to be showing workflow, some other approaches, say, you know, using what was that, Aga Blaster? Anyway, some other programs that they are also very powerful. But Scala is the most, you know, it has a broadcast quality that, you know, surpasses everything else. Yeah. Yes, it is. Anyway, that was it for today. I think we're half an hour over, but anyway, I'm using info channel 500. I think that was after multimedia 400. IC 500 Scala info channel. The same. Have a great evening, guys. See you next Monday. And thank you, I have to say, our supporters, Anthony Jarvis, which is also here tonight, George Socanos Volquero, that is also here tonight, Yarla, that has he couldn't stay up to now, and Mid One. Thank you, guys, and see you next week. Bye bye.